on this rap-ish. I ain't even broke a sweat, homie, this practice. Pondering my next move, staring at my track list. Hope I ain't missing my window. Praying like a Baptist, Seattle's own. Tired of this Game of Thrones. They made a list of the best rappers and guess who wasn't on? While the disrespect continues, I'm steady packing these venues. Guess if you ain't at the table, you on the menu. And I'm that spitter, baby. They don't want you to see, but everybody's south of Capitol Hill's rocking with me. Boys smoke the trays and ponder getting their life together. I'm comfortable with my role, so I'm like, whatever. Me? I ain't got a job, but I work hard. And you don't work hard, but you got a job. The irony is I'm judged while you feel the applause. I'm slept on, that's why I had to set this alarm. My dudes is armed, I'm armed with this arm charm. Body banging like she got that cream from Barry Bonds. Yeah.
I did it for the city, I did it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it for us.
That Dre season is here, a real hitter with a mic, I'm everything that they fear. With that hood ain't the same, I was all on their ass, I'm level-headed. So yo, my dudes love when I spaz, and I'm so over Seattle's passive-aggressive attitude. They don't call you back, what they really saying is F you. While I'm from the same place, I move at a different pace. I prefer if you just said it to my face, damn, I did it.
I did it for the city, I did it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it
I hate
for
these
us.
average dudes with they average spit, writing average rhymes, knocking average chicks. The closer I get, I can feel the people starting to shift. I'm loyal to a fault, and everybody can't come with. Rap's a rich man's game, I'm only playing with change. They bang models and singers, I'm knocking my own flame, I'm different. The crowd, I move with the chosen few. Black thoughts, I could be the front man for the roots. No diamonds and gold, I'm on my sticks and stones. If we can see your panty line, you should have on a thong. My team is strong, through this fire we forged a bond. And they already know what it is when I get on. To the hearse, party like it's December 31st. When I'm on my deathbed, I probably cracking my nurse. You ain't got the bars to compete, I'm a verbal athlete. Deflating these boys so they say that I cheat. Damn, I did it.
I did it for the city, I did it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it for us.
Yeah. I should probably start by apologizing for the long wait, man. You know, I know I be tripping. But I'm not just a rapper, I'm an artist. And, you know, my creative process is a little bit different than most. Nonetheless, I want to welcome everybody out to the Dre's Experience. I got TCF in the building. My whole camp's here with me. I got the band in here laying this cool-ass vibe. And I'm Seattle's own.
I just want to live. God protect me. I just wanna live. I just wanna live.
Hey, everybody. Grand Rising. Good morning to all y'all out there and all y'all in here. We got such an amazing studio audience today for our Feel Good Friday right here on the Morning Update Show. I am your co-host, Trey Holiday. Listen at that, man. All the love today. Got to bring in my guy, Big O. What up, Big O, man? Happy Feel Good Friday right here at the Paramount, baby.
Feel Good Friday it is. Thank God it's Friday. And man, what an amazing week that it's been right here in the Paramount. We told these guys, we're like, you know, Friday, our Converge people, they like to show up and show out.
Hey, there we go, man. The Converge family is in the building for sure.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Good morning, everybody. Well, I'm going to move through this quickly because we got a lot of guests in the building today. Today is Ike Everard's last day here. He's going back to Arizona State University. It's been an amazing summer with Ike. Ike, a few weeks ago, got to sit down with Jamal Crawford at the Crossover Pro-Am and put a short film together, and we're going to be checking that out. We also have, a legend and an icon here in our community. Former King County Councilmember Larry Gossett is in the building. We also have Dr. Crawford from North Seattle College. Man, we've got Ricardo Frazer, who I got a long history with Ricardo, is also a board member here at Seattle Theater Group. We also have Melba from Northwest Tap Connection. We've got Cypher Goins, who is a choreographer. We have Northwest Tap Connection. We have Primera Major An amazing story. Especially if you from the neighborhood, then you know this story, and it's an amazing story. She's gonna be freestyling, and then we got Rell Be Free.
Oh my gosh, look at all those legends you just listed off, man. You know what I'm saying? One of the things that we love about being here at the Paramount is being able to showcase our legends right here in the city. This is beautiful.
It's good stuff. So if I move through this first part like an auctioneer, you know why, because we got a full show for you today. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Morning Update Show. Right now is a perfect opportunity for you to tag and share the stream. Go ahead and tag and share the stream with people who you feel would appreciate culturally relevant news and information emanating from right here in the Emerald City. Right now, I want to give a big shout out to our partners over at the South Seattle Emerald and KBCS 91.3 over at Bellevue College. Want to remind everybody that you can listen to the Morning Update Show anywhere that you listen to your favorite podcast. Right now, they're putting SoundCloud in the links, but you can also go to Google, Spotify, iTunes. Just search Converge Media Network and you'll find us there. Man, it's no excuses season. We just had an election and we got another election, the general coming up. No excuses, man. It's the perfect way for you to support Black-owned independent media while letting people know where you stand is by going to whereweconverge.com/shop. Trey Holiday, the COVID vaccine is readily available in King County. We're putting that link in the comments right there. You need a vaccine, and all three are available. And right now, you might need all three. This Delta thing is crazy. Man, there's no reason if you want a vaccine here in King County that you can't go and get a vaccine. Please click the link right there. And also, if you're homebound or if you prefer someone come to your house, they can even come to your house and be able to do a vaccination with that. What do we got here? Oh, Safe Streets. The Safe Street Survey. This is coming from SDOT. That's Island Soul right there. That's a favorite of me and Trey Holiday. Me, I'm a favorite of the Rum Punch. Yeah. You, the wings, maybe.
They got amazing like corn muffins. These like coconut corn muffins.
You be on the Rum Punch too. Stop playing. All right. So SDOT. They got a survey here. How you feel about these? The tables and chairs being set up in the streets and things like that. The survey ends on the 15th. This is good. SDOT is being intentional and especially reaching out to us here in Converge because it shows that they actually care about our community and what our thoughts are. So, that link is in the comments right there. Man, we got our campaign going. We're continuing the campaign. Let's get Jake to 10,000.
Unbelievable, man. He's the best player in the world. I'm glad he's on my side. And going into a game 7, you want the best player in the world on your side.
The backyard got mountains in it. I do not move until my accountant finish. Big mason jars, each one an ounce.
Definitely one of the best in the world. My guy, Jake Everard. If you need to be one of the folks out there hitting that button to follow Jake, you guys got to go to walk.into.the.light. Man, get amazing photos and videos from our guy, Jake Everard. Man, let's get him over that benchmark, y'all.
All right. So I'm going to ask the pretty please, by the way. I'm asking the directors to go wide. They don't like us telling them what to do. Big shout out to Market Street Shoes. We've been talking about these shoes. Big shout out to Market Street Shoes fam. They're over there in the audience. Let's go ahead and give them a hand. So we've got some shoes here, and believe it or not, they even had size 15s for Grav Rock.
Yeah, they did. And
so we can't wait. So new shoes, we'll break them out on August 16th when we break in the new studio. We plan on breaking in the new shoes. So thank you so much to Market Street Shoes for your support of Converge Media and the Morning Update Show.
Thank you guys so much. We love y'all over there at Market Street.
All right, man, we got through that fast.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was cool. Look, we moving along. All right, so we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we've got a handcrafted motion graphic for. We have our very own Ike Everard, sports writer, producer, and a big part of the Converge Media family. You're watching the Morning Update Show.
I did it for the city. I did it for the love. I did it for the people. I did it for us.
Back on this rap ish, I ain't even broke a sweat, homie, this practice. Pondering my next move, staring at my track list, hope I ain't miss my window. Praying like a Baptist, Seattle's own. Tired of this Game of Thrones. They made a list of the best rappers, and guess who wasn't on? While the disrespect continues, I'm steady packing these venues.
Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.
All right, welcome back to the Morning Update Show. Joined now by Ike Everard, who came to us as an intern, went to Bush High School, but studying journalism at Arizona State University. You've been with us the whole summer. Welcome back on set here to the Morning Update Show.
Thanks. So yeah, it's good to be here. You know, I've been directing the show all week, so
yeah. Look at he won't even let me get to that part.
Hey, I'm just saying it's fun to be up here on this side.
I was here to uplift you organically, but yeah. So Ike Everard as well as Omi, they've been over there directing the Morning Update Show. So imagine that Ike came to us as an intern a few months ago and is responsible for directing the most important thing that we do here at Converge, which is the Morning Update Show. And you've been doing a phenomenal job. Ike's also been writing a lot of stuff, everything else. Actually, what we're going to do, because you put this, you met up with Jamal Crawford and he went over to the crossover to the Pro-Am there. Well, I'll let you set this clip up because you put this short clip together.
All right. Well, yeah, I mean, you know, I grew up going to the crossover Pro-Am. It's a 5-minute walk from my house. I grew up on Queen Anne. And when I got the opportunity to go cover it, it was really a dream come true because this is something that is near and dear to my heart. And I always wanted to meet Jamal. So just that on its own was just such a cool experience. And then to be able to put together a video, tell a story, which is what I love to do, was just incredible. And hopefully y'all enjoy it.
All right, here is the big game.
You know, I'm just thankful to be able to play again, you know, and put on the show for the community.
It feels like a family reunion, you know, like all the people you see in here have been playing together since we was kids, you know, or we was watching the grown-ups play and now we're able to play with them, so it's just a dope feeling.
Well, I think sports unites people. I think sports and music unite people. You know, when you come to an event, you can have different people from all different walks of life, whether it be black, white, Asian, male, female, you know, whatever it might be. Kids, grown-ups, you unite people. You know, you can see somebody out there, NBA player right now, Jalen Noel is playing. You know, there's people that saw him when he was a kid, there's people that saw him at Garfield, there's people that saw him with the Timberwolves, you know, and he's, you know, they're all cheering for him. So he's uniting all those people.
I grew up coming here every single weekend in the summer. I mean, even in high school, Maul let me start playing with them for the first time. And I remember being so excited, just getting to come in and be a part of what I've been sitting on the sidelines for the whole time. And I've seen how big it's gotten. I'm very proud of Maul C, man. He just kept making sure guys came through, kept making the J crossover more interesting. He's even in video games now. I just love how big it's got, and you know what I'm saying? Like, Seattle, we got some ballers, so for us to come out of all types of ages and show our skill set, it's amazing.
And then this opportunity arose around 2012. And once we made the transition here, that's when it really took off. We had a home base. We've been on video games, we've been on EA Sports. We've been voted one of the top programs in the country. But more than anything, to me, to be honest with you, it's the community and the people that come here that make the program special. The youth drive the whole thing, right? It's like whatever I've learned from the older generation that was before me, we're trying to pass down to this generation, and then so on and so forth. And I think we're not only willing to do that, we excited to do that, and I think that's what makes this community special.
We don't have the Supersonics, you know, so them having the ability to see professionals up close and personal, and they had the kids play before we played, so a lot of them stayed and watched this. So, you know, they can see what it looks like, what it takes, you know, what their body needs to look like, etc. So it's just all positive, man. That's what Maul C is all about. He's like a big brother to me, and man, we call it home team, and this is what it's all about.
You know, everybody knows we don't have the Sonics right now. So right now, this is the closest you'll get to seeing NBA basketball, you know, unless you drive to Portland, which is 3 hours away, or watch it on TV with SportsCenter or play video games. So for me, I ask the kids in the community who they want to see, and then I try my best to try to bring them here. I remember when I was, like I said, 16, 17, and being able to play in the Pro-Am and have that interaction with pro athletes, and then have the Sonics here. They were like instrumental for our community. You know, obviously they just went to the finals. Having guys like Gary Payton or Sean Kemp or Nate McMillan or Detlef Schrempf come to my high school games, it made my dreams a reality, because where I wanted to go, I can reach out and touch it and ask these guys questions, and they were great with mentoring me and mentoring the guys in the community. You know, so I felt like for us, once it was our turn on deck to kind of take that baton and do the same for the next generation, and I think that's what makes the Pro-Am special.
Crawford's a real big leader in our community, and him allowing players like me and other players to, you know, come and play other basketball players we wouldn't come across on a daily basis, and it helps us get better. You feel me? So I appreciate Jamal for that.
Honestly, a lot of them hit me up. You know, they see the Pro-Am go on social media and it looks exciting. Some of them have never been to Seattle, like Blake Griffin when he came, he had never been to Seattle because the Sonics were gone when he came in the league. But when he came for the Pro-Am, he's like, okay, I'm gonna come. But then when he came here and actually saw the fan interaction and saw the kids and how excited they were, he was kind of taken aback, like, wow, like these guys haven't seen NBA basketball. And so he wanted to put on even greater show because he knew this may be the only time this kid could see him play in person.
You know, like UW is their NBA team, so I think being able to come out here and have all these pros and stuff like that, it means the world to the city, to the community, and you know, it means the world to me just to be able to come up here and be a part of it.
Yeah, I coached my son, JJ.
What's that like for you?
It's an unbelievable feeling. I honestly didn't believe I could be as invested with anything basketball-wise with me not playing, you know, but coaching him and seeing his progression and coaching his team, and now his team's been together for 3 years, so every kid is like my kid on the team, you know, so I'm really invested in it. It's exciting to see that they're on the stage. This is the first time where they may have had their name called over a microphone, or, you know, to see this many people out here to watch basketball, so it's a really cool thing.
That's what we play for, you know what I mean? We try to set an example for them and come out here and do it the right way, you know, and try to give kids an outlet to come out here and have fun and express themselves, and I think that's what Jamal does.
Love is more powerful than anything, so if you can show love and spread love and keep a positive message, I think that goes a lot further than everything else that's going on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the big game by Ike Everard. Yo, so I mean, just a few things. You know, we didn't know. We knew what day you were going to be leaving, but we didn't know months ago when you got here that we'd be in the Paramount and we'd have all this stuff going on and everything else. So unfortunately, we got to keep a lot of it brief because we aired the video there. But I do want to let our audience know a few things before I ask you a few questions. Like, is it Ike came here with a passion for sports and sports writing. And I told him, I was like, man, you just converge, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to put you where we need you. And, you know, his first few days here, he was up there press conferences with Mayor Durkin and with Chief Diaz, when Executive Constantine and everything else. But I told him, I said, man, you know what, Converge, we want to be able to create a space where you need to do what we need you to do, but we're going to create a lane for you to thrive in your purpose and your passion. And Ike Everard, you guys might have seen all of our coverage around the Negro Leagues celebration and around Juneteenth and all the stuff with the Mariners. Salute to the Negro Leagues. That was Ike Everard. That was Ike who was like, yo, there's a Negro League game coming up. How can we cover it? And he built the relationship with the Mariners. We got a relationship over there with the Mariners where, you know, we're credentialed now at T-Mobile Park. The video that so many of you guys saw, our salute to the Negro Leagues, Ike Everard put that together. So much coverage. And I told him, I said, man, it just needs to be relevant to our community and uplifting Black people and uplifting the community. And Ike has been able to thrive in his passion around sports and uplift our community and everything else. I couldn't have asked for any better intern to come into Converge this summer. You've made a difference here. You've impacted us. You've made all these newsletters that you guys get, all of these post these recaps that you get, all of these after every show, the articles that you guys see online. That's all Ike Everard's work. And, you know, I just wanted in front of everybody tell you, young man, that you've impacted Converge in such an amazing way. And we're going to miss you, man.
I'll miss you guys too, man. Trying to make me choke up out here on live TV. That's not, I don't appreciate that, but I do appreciate what you said. But I also want to say real quick on that film, just thank Steve Hickey for his camera work on that interview. And then Curtis Cuddy Delgado for running the audio there. They made it sound dope. So. That's
right. You always got to shout your people out. So 2 quick questions for you before we let you go. What did you learn this summer?
I learned so much. I mean, I just learned what it feels like to work in a real fast-paced, up-and-coming newsroom environment. Because in journalism school, you know, we don't focus on what it's like to really work in the real world like this and be out in a community and really experience the people and the stories that are present. And so just to be in a situation like this where there's so many moving parts and so much going on, I mean, I see you working 18, 19, and 20-hour days sometimes. It's just inspiring. And I think that taught me just so much just by being around it.
Last question. What are you taking away from here back to Arizona?
I think the biggest takeaway for me is just that when you treat people with respect, like you always do, and you build these connections, you know, people appreciate that and they support it. And I think that's what it takes in this day and age to tell really quality stories and to get the information that needs to come out into the world. And so my biggest takeaway is just that I was able to spend so much time around you and pick up on those characteristics that make you so good.
Thank you, Ike. Ladies and gentlemen, Ike Everard. Appreciate you, young man. You know, it was when I was your age, 20 years ago. Man, a lot of people gave me an opportunity, and I'll never forget that, and never forget, you know, being able to extend opportunities. We're going to take a short break right now. When we come back, Trey Holiday is sitting down with Councilmember Larry Gossett and Dr. Crawford from North Seattle College. You're watching the Morning Update Show.
Market Street Shoes, slinging kicks since 2006, with styles that support you and yours, getting the F outside or staying comfy when you just want to lounge indoors as well. But wait, Market Street Shoes is way more than just a shoe store. Gear up for your next outdoor adventure with apparel and accessories that'll have you looking good on the streets, the trail, or even in your own backyard. With locations in Ballard, Redmond, and online at marketstreetshoes.com, there's undoubtedly a style and size that'll fit your lifestyle.
I did it for the city, I did it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it for us.
Back on this rap ish, I ain't even broke a sweat, homie, this practice. Pondering my next move, staring at my track list, hope I ain't miss my window. Praying like a Baptist, Seattle's own. Tired of this Game of Thrones. They made a list of the best rappers, and guess who wasn't on? While the disrespect continues, I'm steady packing these venues.
Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media. Welcome back, everybody, to the Morning Update Show, live right here from the Paramount. I'm your co-host, Trey Holiday, and joining me right now on set is former council member Larry Gossett, a legend and a GOAT, and Dr. Chemene Crawford from North Seattle College. Thank you guys so much for being with us.
It's our pleasure.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm going to get right into it because we knew that, look, there is a vote out right now to name one of our bridges after the John Lewis. So I'll start with you, Councilmember Gossett. I mean, what does this mean to you? You've done so much in terms of service and the political realm and the community. What does this mean to you?
The naming of this bridge in Northeast Seattle, near Seattle, North Seattle Community College, is very important to me. I knew John Lewis. I met him back in 1966 in New York City when I was a VISTA volunteer. And we both participated in a big march against the Vietnam War. And I got to know him. We found out that we had the same birthday. He was born in 1940 on February 21st, and I in 1945 on the same date. So we've been very close ever since then. But he's a civil and human rights icon in our country. I think the listening audience knows that. And I'm very happy that the ideal of naming a new important transportation bridge in our community after him was the brainchild of the one and only city council member, Deborah Juarez. And I'm just excited to be one of its supporters.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have talked about John Lewis's legacy many times here, you know, definitely paying homage to his life and legacy as he passed. And I know that this is important. I mean, when we talk about him being an icon, his moment on the bridge is important. So, Dr. Crawford, what does this mean to you in North Seattle College?
You know, his legacy, John Lewis's legacy is, in my opinion, impeccable. I had an opportunity to meet him a few years ago. And even though there were issues surrounding the meeting and there were problems, he was so gracious and he chose to take the opportunity to educate us and talk to us and honor us as educators. And we were surprised. We're like, we're honoring you. And he's like, no, I'm honoring you. Because the thing that you do every day for all people, particularly people of color, is that you educate them and you give them something that no one can take away from them. And so I was just so impressed by that. And again, honored to meet him. So to recognize that the bridge between or over I-5 between the Northgate Station to North Seattle College is named after someone who valued education so much and who represented hope for so many people, it's just profound. And it's a win for the community. There's no question.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you're right too there, Councilmember Gossett. When we talk about, you know, our elected officials taking up these kinds of issues, they don't move just with the voice of community. We need people on the inside that are willing to champion these kinds of issues. I know you've championed issues over the years. How has it been to work with Councilmember Juarez on this? I know it's still up for vote, right? Yeah. And so I want to make sure that people understand this is like a lot of work that's being done behind the scenes to get it to this place.
Well, it's been great working with Deborah. I've first started working with her over about 25 years ago when she was a candidate when she was appointed by our governor at that time to be a Superior Court judge in King County. And I followed her career since then in the community. She's very well known. She had been a judge in the Native American community, and she's been an outstanding leader on the city council around a variety of issues. But when she called me and said that we are going to push that this very important bridge that links our transportation system, Sound Transit, with the bus system, it's a bike trail out in North Seattle, and it's named after John Lewis, particularly during this time where his call right before he died for people to pay homage to getting in good trouble, trouble that you get in, aimed at making our community a better place to live, like his work around voting rights in this country that is being trampled on and challenged right now. Nothing is more important than us garnering and generating community support of Councilmember Juarez's effort to get this build this bridge built and honor John Lewis by naming it after him. It also inspires, like the previous program, Black youth in our community to see that there are structures in our city named after African Americans that contributed to make the community in the world a better place for all to live.
Yeah, I mean, you know, absolutely. And this message has to continue there at North Seattle College. And Dr. Crawford, how is it resounding with the college community there at North Seattle, the fact that it is in such close proximity to the college?
Well, you know, we haven't had a college-wide discussion about the naming of the bridge. Faculty are on break, and we're working on emerging from COVID, being better than we were when we went in to COVID. And so I would expect that the conversation is going to be very robust. There will always be people who don't agree, and there will be people who agree. But the reality is that this is an honor. And again, it represents hope, regardless of the direction you're going, whether you're coming toward our campus to work to improve your life, or you're heading to the light rail to go somewhere to feed your family and create a better life for yourself. Yeah. So it's a win-win. It's a win-win. And you're right. We need, you know, icons in the community. We need representation in the community. I want someone to say, oh, who was John Lewis? Mm-hmm. I want a child to say, oh, this bridge is named after Representative John Lewis. Who was that? Mm-hmm. Because that is the spark that ignites the conversation, and we need more places and spaces like this.
Well, before I let you guys go, I mean, you know, for us, we want to make sure our audience is engaged, is informed. What can they do to participate and make sure that their voices are heard? If they also are like, man, we got to get this done, what can folks do? How can they support this effort?
My understanding, and I hope that someone in the audience will correct it, is that the city council is going to be taking this measure up on the 9th, on next Monday morning or afternoon. Just shout it out. Okay, Monday afternoon at the city council, the Seattle City Council meeting this coming Monday afternoon, the 9th of August.
Okay, right on. Well, you guys heard it from these guys right here. There is an effort that can utilize your voices on Monday, August 9th. You guys can go to seattle.gov and find out how you guys can maybe sign up for public comment and be a participant. Absolutely. To make sure that we get this bridge named after the legend, John Lewis. Thank you guys so much for joining us today on the Morning Update Show.
Thank you for having us.
Join us and getting in some good trouble next Monday.
Absolutely.
There we go. Get in some good trouble. Absolutely. Y'all heard it here. Up next, Big O is hitting back on the set with Ricardo, a board member from Seattle Theater Group. Stay tuned after this short break, you guys. You're watching the Morning Update Show.
Hey Seattle, if you're trying to find something to do this summer, I got the perfect thing for you. Come on down to Seattle Waterfront's Pier 62 and enjoy free, yes free, family-friendly events all summer long, like art, dance, music, storytelling. And if you're trying to get that body right before the summer is over, you might as well join their free yoga and fitness classes. Head on over to Waterfront Park Seattle for a full summer schedule of vibes you don't want to miss.
Hey guys, it's Besa Gordon from Converge Media. You can catch me on my show Rewind with Besa, which airs every other Saturday at 2 p.m. anywhere you watch Converge Media. Now, I know a lot of us still have questions about the COVID-19 vaccine. However, here are a couple things you don't have to question. Everyone 12 years and older in Washington State are now eligible for the COVID-19 vaccine. It's free, and you don't even need insurance or citizenship status to get vaccinated. If you still have questions, and I know you probably do, you can visit kingcounty.gov/COVID for additional information. You can also call the King County COVID-19 call center at 206 477-3977 to get COVID-19 and the vaccination questions answered, get translation services if needed, set up an in-home vaccination appointment for yourself or someone you know may not be comfortable at a vaccination site due to a disability, anxiety, or other reasons. Look, with summer being here, now is the time to get all your COVID-19 vaccination questions answered so we can all get out the house and live our best lives again.
All right, welcome back to the Morning Update Show. Joined now by Ricardo Frazer, a board member here of Seattle Theater Group, but so much more, and an impactful career in music here in the city of Seattle and beyond. Welcome to the Morning Update Show.
Thanks, man. It's a pleasure to be here with you. Wait, my guy.
I gotta be honest with you. You know, like I was said here, when Ike was up, you know, we knew that this day was coming. That it would be his last day as an intern. We didn't know we were going to be here at the Paramount. And when we were talking, putting the show together, I didn't know that you were going to be a guest. And if the audience here will indulge me, I know that we're supposed to talk about the STG board and everything else. And we'll hit on that. But something very interesting is going on right now. And when I was looking last night at the show and putting everything together, I thought about something that I want to share with everybody, that it was 20 years ago. And man, I was just graduating college. My daughter, Acacia, was 3 years old. And I just knew I wanted to be a writer. And Ricardo Frazer, 20 years ago, they had a platform called hardroad.com, the best music you never heard. And like a lot of things back then, the ideas exceeded the technology. Now there's so much technology, it exceeds the ideas. Right. But I was in Elizabeth City, North Carolina, and just graduating. And I loved writing so much. And Ricardo up in Seattle, and I had never met him before, but somebody had told him about me. And they hired me as a writer, and I would drive sometimes 100 miles, 200 miles of backwood country dewdrop. I don't know where you guys found these bars and saloons, and I would interview bands.
Yeah, you would.
20 years ago, and I'd get on the road and like I said, in North Carolina and South Carolina and Virginia, and drive throughout the night and get there, and I'd interview a band and I'd record them and I would write all about it, and it would come back here to Seattle and they would publish it on hardroad.com. And when I was sitting there last night putting this whole show together, and I thought about that, and I thought about, man, the seed that you probably forgot all about, the seed that you planted, the act of kindness. And I want you to know it was never wasted on me. And that's why even right here, you see, these are all young people, Ricardo. These are all young people that are sitting here that run this whole operation. I never forgot getting out there out of college, and I just wanted to write. I just wanted to do something. And you're a witness. The other thing is, I'm sorry to get emotional, but you know, I sit here in the city where people think that Omari just popped up with a red iPhone. No. They don't understand 20 years ago. I used to drive hundreds of miles, you know, just to write just 400 words because it was going to get published. Right. And what people see right now in Converge is decades. And I just want to, man, I want to thank you for the seed that you planted. We've also got another gardener in the audience here, Barbara Nielsen, my elementary school teacher. Over there, put your hand up. Planted a seed 40 years ago when I was in elementary school, and a seed that continues to blossom and bloom. I know we're supposed to sit here and talk about the STG board, but I would be remiss, Ricardo Frazer, not to mention in front of everybody the impact that you had on me decades ago when I just needed a chance, just somebody to believe in my capabilities, and sight unseen, you gave me an opportunity. Thank you.
Man, look. Oh, I just want to say, man, that I am so proud of you, bro. I told you when we were standing over there, I said, when I saw the work you were doing with Converge, I just popped in my social one day and you popped up. And I was like, oh, damn, that's Omari. Oh, yeah, he's doing his thing. Man, you've had the passion right? You've had the passion, man. You knew what you wanted to do. You knew what you wanted to do. You had the passion, and you were not afraid to do the work. I think that's the really important thing. A lot of folks think they know what they want to do, or they expect it to be given to them, man. When we sent you out to North Carolina, South Carolina, Mississippi, you didn't hesitate, bro. You were like, yo, I'm there. You got in your car, you drove, you got the interview, man. You did the work, you stayed up late at night, you sent it back. So when people see you here now, right, they don't understand the commitment that it's taken, right? They don't understand the groundwork that you did to get to this point. I do, though, right? Because I was there with you, man. And I can't be more proud of anyone in my life, man, than I am of you, bro. You've done an amazing, amazing job. And I know you'll continue to do that. And the beautiful thing about what you're doing, man, is that you're giving back to young people as well, right?
Man, I learned, I think I like to tell people it's like it's negative things that happen in my life, and I have a hard time remembering them, which is good. But an act of kindness, I have the memory of an elephant, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's the acts of kindness that I always remember. And, I haven't talked to you in years. Maybe I saw you in passing, here's a hug and everything else. But I just want you to know that these things, and somebody like you, this is, like I said, this was 20 years ago. And a lot of times we think in our community, people haven't been there and doing this. People like you have always been behind the scenes working. And I'm sure I'm just one story of many. But I'll never forget, people thought I was crazy. Because, I had a degree in geology. I was a geologist. You know what I'm saying? A minor in environmental science. I had a job lined up, a good state job. I'd be getting ready to get my pension now. But I wanted to be a writer, and I wanted to be in radio. And people were like, man, it's North Carolina. You got a good job down here, man. Go to geology lab, everything. I said, no, man, this media is my passion. And, a lot of people thought I was crazy then. And, I was just, a struggling young family and everything else. And there's so many friends that I have that they weren't able to pursue their passion or their dream and everything else. And man, I'm just thankful, I'm so thankful. And just know, like I said, man, the kindness wasn't wasted on me. We get so much with these young people. Ike Everard to tell you, Ike joined us. Ike sent an email. Mm-hmm. And that's what I tell some of these young people watching, take a chance on yourself. Ike emailed us from Arizona State and was like, hey man, this is what I can do. I'm like, oh, word? Mm-hmm. Come do it.
Come do it, right.
I'm just thankful. And I've spent a lot of our time talking about our experience here. And I know we're supposed to talk about the STG board, but I could say that if you're representative of the makeup of that board, then I think we're in good hands.
I thank you, man. I agree. The board is incredible. There are a lot of like-minded people on the board. And what's interesting, man, my story is a little similar, right? Because I was at Evergreen State College. I think I was a sophomore, and I knew I wanted to be in the business, right? But I didn't know how. And there's a woman, Dr. Joy Hardiman, who lived in this building, and she was a director and a professor at Evergreen. And she said, hey, I just had a kid, come and be my nanny. I'm like, sure, right? So I roll up to Seattle, right? I'm in this building, and then I see all this activity in the theater. And I said, hey, can I work in the theater? Can I work in the theater? And they're like, yeah, you can be on the cleanup crew, right? I'm like, sure, right? The cleanup crew. That's where, after the shows, you pick up garbage in the theater, you mop, you sweep, and so on and so forth, right? And for me, it was like, great, right? I got to be around the arts. I got to be in the theater. It didn't matter that I was cleaning up the place. And my worst part of the cleaning up the theater, when you're the low man on the totem pole, you get the worst job. So someone had defecated in the alley back there, and they're like, Ricardo, right? It's my turn to go and clean, man. But I went out there, man. I hosed that down. I cleaned it, man. I came back. And I was proud of my work. And then that led to meeting with Norman Ulysses. Next thing you know, I'm upstairs, I'm doing bookings and so on and so forth. So the idea that you followed your passion, right? And the universe, God opened the way for you to to be here today is really important. Same thing with Ike, right? I mean, he's following his passion. Louisiana, right? To Seattle.
Who, me?
No, Ike.
Arizona State.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And now he's going back. I mean, you follow your passion. And when you follow your passion, beautiful things and good things happen. The universe opens a way for you, man. But again, you have to do the work. And that's the thing about you. You've done the work. Right?
Man, I appreciate it. And it's like I said, it's real humbling to be able to spend this time with you here on this. I mean, imagine I wouldn't have thought 20 years ago that I'd be interviewing you on my show in the Paramount.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where it was just I was writing to eat. You know what I'm saying? Luckily, food is cheap down south.
Right. But hey, you also took off. You went to Africa, right? I mean, there was a time when I'm like, "Where's Omari at?" They're like, "He's in Africa. He's doing radio." I'm like, "That's my guy."
I mean, you can imagine. People are always like, "Man, were you scared to go to over to East Africa and get into media?" I said, "No, I was scared driving through the South at night, right, for Hard Road." But man, like I said, I just want to absolutely thank you, and and tell you, and I think it's important that people know that story. That, like I said, 20 years ago, 20 years ago, you were like, "Yo, you can do this," and I literally hit the hard road and wrote a lot of stories and covered a lot of the best music that people never heard, and I'm gonna continue to pay it forward. I mean, the best thing I could ever do to honor you and so many other people that have poured into me and poured into Converge is to pay it forward and pay it forward with opening these doors with young people.
That's what's up, man. And to bring it back to STG, Seattle Theater Group, that's what we do as well. I mean, we invest in the community. We know that this community is what allows us to thrive. People are familiar with the Broadway shows that we do, with the concerts that we do, but those things fund the things that are fundamental to STG, and those are the education and community programs. We work with Melba will be here, Northwest Tap. We do Dance for Parkinson's. We've got a series, More Music at the More. We bring in national acts that work with young people. We've got a songwriters lab. I could go on and on. So the for-profit events that we do really funds the things that are really fundamental. That is a part of the essence of what we do at STG, and that's really giving back to this community that gives so much to us.
Like I said, Ricardo, with you on the board, I know the board's in good hands.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you for joining us on the Morning Update Show.
My pleasure, man. And congratulations, and keep up the good work, man. We'll keep following you and keep jumping up and down every time I see you do something.
Oh, man. We're going to take a quick break right now. When we come back, we have Triana and Melba from Northwest Tap. You're watching the Morning Update Show.
Hey, it's me, downtown Seattle, C-Town. Wish you were here. Here to explore inside, outside, and everywhere in between. Where it's easy to get my good side. Here, where my rooftops invite you to come early and stay late. Where every view is a postcard, and each night out might be your best night ever. See you soon. Love, C-Town.
Hey Seattle, if you're trying to find something to do this summer, I got the perfect thing for you. Come on down to Seattle Waterfront's Pier 62 and enjoy free, yes free, family-friendly events all summer long, like art, dance, music, storytelling, and if you're trying to get that body right before the summer is over, you might as well join their free yoga and fitness classes. Head on over to Waterfront Park Seattle for a full summer schedule of vibes you don't want to miss.
Right. Welcome back, everybody, to the Morning Update Show. What an amazing segment there with Omari and Ricardo. And, I got to say, while I have my parents in the audience, they have always been an inspiration to me so that I can continue and that I could become the woman that I am today. So thank you, Mom and Dad. I love you guys. Just got so inspired by Omari. And you know what? A lady that is here with me right now, Miss Melba of Northwest Tap Connection, is inspiring others all over. Hi, Miss Melba. Thank you so much for coming on today.
Good morning, and how are you?
I am well. I am well.
I brought some things with me. You might know I've just got back from Covington, Louisiana. That's where I'm originally from. So most of you know that I always say that my name is Miss Melba, that nappy hat Gullah Geechee Creole from the North Shores of New Orleans, Covington, Louisiana, straight up country. So definitely that's who you have in the midst of it today. So y'all need to know that up front. But we were there in June for the Juneteenth celebration in Covington, Louisiana, and that I had been working with the NAACP down there to really lobby for Juneteenth being a state holiday in Louisiana, and that happened. And so there was about 25 of us that flew down from Northwest Tap Connection to do the presentation of their Juneteenth celebration. So I'm kind of passing out. I brought these for the audience. We had this at the show because it was called Sounds of Blackness, One Heart, Many Voices, that we presented in Covington. And this is our year for that. That has a lot of sayings, but it's definitely kind of dedicated to those Gullah Geechee women that really was so much of rooting me and who I am today that I couldn't say that I wouldn't be. So I'm going to give one to you. And that they have some pretty cool little things that I feel are important, some sayings from different people, including myself. But on the front, there's something that I found that my sister gave me that they had, the author was unknown, but I really feel that it is very representative of Blackness on a whole of that. And so, as I've told people for Northwest Tap, this year is the year of resilience. And when I say resilience, looking at how we stand and how we really hold that ground of identity as to who we are.
Yeah, I think it's so important. The work that you guys have been doing with Northwest Tap, I mean, this is decades in the making. You have really inspired so many young folks, so many adults to be participating in your amazing work. How has it been for you? Because you guys are such a staple here in the Pacific Northwest and all over. When I think about someone like yourself, you're holding on to a strong legacy. How is that for you?
It's really, for me, it's been very rewarding. I think for people who know me, they know that I worked for 31 years. I was with Seattle Police Department, and I was doing this work with Northwest Tap at the same time. But prior to that time, there was a studio called Tap Central, and my daughter was a part of that with the late Dr. Darylyn Smith. And so when she passed away, the idea is that I would hold and run her program for her until the young people, including my daughter, came of an age where they could kind of take control, because definitely it was not my idea to be doing Northwest Tap as I'm doing right now. But then I found that it kind of lined up with what I had done as in my youth, with youth in action clubs and being brought up in Black church, always having some type of position of leadership. And so I found in love with it, and I found out that I can make a big change. And I think that working for Seattle Police Department was a part of that, of looking at what was happening to brown and Black children and thinking that if I could touch kids on a weekly basis, that I would never see them come across my desk at the police department. And so, we've been in from 2002 when Darylyn died, I ran Tap Central. And then when that closed down in 2006, I would open up Northwest Tap Connection, which was an opportunity for me to really put it into how I wanted to run it, where you could put in this race and social justice lens along with this integrity for socially conscious young people that talk about choices, options, and consequences, and learning the difference between integrity and reputation. And so that became a really vital part of it, with being the dance and being the hook of how that we brought young people in. And then once I got them, girl, those claws was there. You know what I mean? Because I got what you like, and this is what you need to do along with that. And so kind of takes us to how we're here, because at how STG and how we met them is that, I was busily down in the South End doing what I do. And then I met a woman named Vicki Lee who came in, and she was talking about this program, Dance This. And I really wasn't familiar with that, because my emergence was really about just the young people and youth and that type of thing, working and giving them this opportunity to learn this dance form that I knew. that came out, because Darylyn and I had a lot in common, that we both, the woman who taught me come from a tap master, pork chop, and her tap master was that. So then with STG, we started in 2003. We had this, we started this partnership with Vicki Lee in 2003. And I explained to her that Northwest Tap is not just your normal dance studio. That yes, I am the executive director, but we are home to 13 artists of color. And so the idea is that to give artists of color a place where they can have job opportunities, but then have these young people who are predominantly children of color get accessibility to the arts. So two things has been the real focus for me, is providing job opportunity for BIPOC artists, and then creating accessibility of the arts for marginalized, disenfranchised communities. And so we've been very successful, and STG has played a real crucial part in that, and the fact that they allow us to have different artists, because, you know, a lot of time people say, oh, Northwest Tap is again at STG or Dance This or at the Global Party. But if you look at it, who's there? That maybe it was tap dance instructor Shayna Mitchell, or maybe it's tap dance instructor Pamela Yasataki, or hip hop instructor Shaquille Danielson, or African dance instructor, you know, Lakima Bell. So we went through with this longevity of partnership that for young people to come in and have this opportunity to train. Because when you go into the arts with a folk dance, there's no schools that really say, oh, you can come in and get a degree in tap dancing, okay? But other than one, I think there's one college that you can say that, hey, you can major with an emphasis on tap. Everything else is a folk dance. So having an opportunity to perform on stage for young people, having an opportunity to sit down with professional light designers and sound people for instructors to give them the skills that they need. And most importantly, what I liked about being a partnership with STG was the fact that they brought in these little matinees every year. For Dance This or Global Party, they would have the student matinees, and they would bring in children from throughout the inner city and outside of this city of Seattle to come in and see these dancers. And for me, I thought about how when I grew up, I never got to see people who look like me do those type of things. That I was this kid that would watch TV and try to imitate what I saw on TV, all the way down to putting on towels on to make my hair long and swing it. And, you know, to see folks that looked like me on a national stage, internationally renowned stage, make the difference. And so I always said to the kids, do your best for the matinee, because the matinee gave an opportunity for young people who might have thought that they otherwise would not be able to have this type of opportunity, that I too can be on that stage, that I don't have to really go to New York to get these skills to be on a major stage. So that was a very critical part. And I know I'm just talking all over.
But I think that everything you're saying is so important. And one of the things that you're really talking about that I've seen and I've witnessed it by watching these young people grow up in Northwest Tap, it's not just about tap dance. You guys are teaching so much more than that. And you're really creating phenomenal young folks that are really looking to be leaders in their communities. And one of the things I love so much is that a young person can come in, start with dance, but then grow in this entire family to become an instructor and a choreographer. And we're going to get to see some of that later on today. So I just wanted you to be able to talk about how you guys provide that opportunity as these young folks grow into their young adulthood, and you guys really create that transition for them that otherwise isn't available in a lot of other programs.
Well, and definitely, I mean, you know, when we come in and when we say to students and to parents about the fact that we are a race and social justice oriented studio, and what does that mean? That means that everything that we do, all the way down to how we do costuming in a show, is going to be looked at through the lens of race and social justice. So who are we going to hire to teach? Is that if we can get someone who fits that category of BIPOC to teach, we're going to give them that opportunity, because so often they don't get the opportunity to have that type of experience and that type of a patience, because when I hire in people, I don't expect instructors to get it right all the time, okay? That this is a training time for instructors and a training time for students over at Northwest Tap Connection. So then within that, you can imagine if you were an African dance instructor and you're at Northwest Tap Connection, and I tell you, oh, by the time, our spring program is called, we're going to be doing a Taste of Broadway. And out of that Taste of Broadway, your class is going to perform, but you have to do something from either Porgy and Bess, Bring in the Noise, Bring in the Funk, and you can look at doing something from The Wiz, because usually I give them 3 options, okay? But because once again, we're looking at programming and educational stories and enlightenment from a race and social justice lens, okay? So then that instructor has to stretch themselves of what kind of African dance piece am I going to put together for some music that's coming out of that. If we're doing something else that's just rhythms of soul, I'm going to tell them, you have to put in music from a BIPOC artist, because who's getting paid and who's not getting paid? Who's not getting royalties to that? Who's going to go and download for their children to hear them practice for their pieces? So those are the things that we look at. Today, when we're talking about Dance This, Cypher Goins he's the young man that's choreographed the piece for Dance This year. This kid comes out of the studio that was like 7 when he first came into our studio, has had that journey of being chastised, censored, just like Black church, you know what I mean? Oh, your grades are not good? Oh no, you can't dance at the Global Party. You most certainly cannot, because the last thing I want is somebody from your school saying, oh, that's Cypher that don't have good grades and he's on the stage dancing. That's not what we want to see happen. So if you want to be on the stage representing Northwest Tap Connection, you have to be in good standing with family, good standing with community, and in good standing with the studio. And so definitely, I need to do this shout out to Cypher, okay? Because Cypher has gone through it all the way from that Miss Melba gets on my last nerve. And I was back in the back listening to him, and I said, so you don't have any more? So you won't get upset what I have to say about you now, right? You know? So definitely the growth that we had, and to see him now as a young man that's graduated from high school, that's in college, that's starting his senior year, but also giving back and taking the time to give back to the studio on a regular basis, you know what I mean? And that's so rewarding for us when you look at the instructors that have gone in, and even those ones that don't live in Seattle anymore. When they come back, the first thing they do is they give me a call and say, oh, Miss Melba, I'm gonna be back in town this week. How about I come by and I'll do a class for you, for the students, so that they can see something. That's rewarding. At our studio right now, we have the original billboard that came off a shelf alone, because when they gave it to Pamela Yasataki, she didn't take it home and put it in her house. She said, Miss Melba, I'm going to give it to you for it to be housed at the studio. So it gives the inspiration for other young people in the studio to say, oh, that's Pamela Yasataki. She was in Chef Alone on Broadway. You can be there too. And I think that's the critical piece that the STG does. Okay, giving them an opportunity to have a learning experience, a performing experience, and then enlightening community here that otherwise might not be familiar with those types of dance forms. And then for little children to know that that dream that you might have thought was deferred doesn't have to be, because if old nappy hair, gully geechee country Miss Melba can do it, surely so can I.
Oh, amazing, Miss Melba. Thank you so much for all you're doing and pouring into all of our community. It's a beautiful thing. I get to witness it with my goddaughter Brooklyn on stage with you all the time. So thank you so much.
Girl, and isn't it amazing how she done grown and come out outside of herself?
Yes, so fabulously. You guys, Miss Melba.
Thank you so very much.
Yes. Wow, thank you. Oh, and now we are up for some treats, you guys. We are going to retreat into the stage so we can get back to some amazing performances, starting with Cypher Goins and Northwest Tap Connection. You guys, stay tuned after this short break. You are watching the Morning Update Show.
Public Health, Seattle, King County, Zero Youth Detention, along with our partners from across the South King County region, are committed to reducing violence and creating the conditions needed for our neighborhoods to be safe and free of crime. Too often, the response to crime and violence has been a piecemeal approach with a program here and a program there. When family units collapse, schools fail to educate, the economy fails to produce jobs, and crime rises, we've looked to law enforcement and punitive measures to save us. Nothing could be more wrong or further from the truth. Law enforcement can't shoulder all the burden or take the rest of us off the hook. We are acknowledging the lived experiences of Black, brown, and indigenous communities. We are centering community as the experts who can effectively identify key issues related to systems, policies, and practices that impact children, families, and communities of color across this region. Those most impacted by the issues will help call out and identify the root causes, including structural and systemic factors. 150 residents will partner with King County to develop strategies, solutions, and an action plan that explicitly addresses system changes needed and eliminates barriers to access for Black, brown, and indigenous folks. These residents will also identify the criteria used to measure our collective success. Simply put, we need your help as we do the work needed to make King County the safest in this country. It will take specific commitments from all of us, community members, our young people, elders, and leaders from the sectors all across this region. Together, we will get this work done. Please click the link below and sign up for a work group. Or you can recommend a co-facilitator from community for each work group. We look forward to hearing your ideas, concerns, feedback, and solutions as we build a community where all our children can be happy, healthy, hopeful, safe, and thriving.
Hello, my name is Cypher Goings. I am artistically known as Cypher Divine. I am a part of the Youth Tap Ensemble and an instructor at Northwest Tap Connection. And today we will be performing a piece that I choreographed titled The Payback. Please welcome Northwest Tap.
gosh, you guys, great work.
Thank
Great
you.
work.
Thank you.
Great choreography, Cypher. And I was talking to Miss Melba earlier about how you've just grown through Northwest Tap. How has it been for you to start at such a young age and now becoming such a pillar of the community as a choreographer in your own right?
Honestly, it's so surreal. I hear so often, like, people coming to me like, oh, you're a celebrity in Seattle, and I don't feel that way at all. It's exciting. My dream has always been to dance, so to have started so young and to now be choreographing and performing, it's invigorating.
You know, I mean, really, Northwest Tap is a staple of Seattle. So when somebody calls you a celebrity, I mean, they say it to me too, and I'm like, no.
Right.
But when somebody sees you in that light, it means that, again, as Miss Melba said, that now they can see themselves in it. And I think that that's so crucial to this. What inspired this piece right here in particular?
So the piece is titled The Payback, and the intention of the piece was to kind of recreate what we had done a few years back. It was an a cappella piece titled Groovin', and it was just really highlighting the roots of tap dance, which is like polyrhythms, and as we know from historical facts, like African Americans, particularly enslaved Africans, they created through the drum, and when that was taken away, they made rhythms through their body. And that evolved into what is now tap dancing. So tap dancing is very musical. We dance to music, but it doesn't need music. So we wanted to create a piece that highlighted the musicality of tap dancing and have fun. And then also this last year we weren't able to perform for a while. So it's like the payback on life and just a way to have fun and create, and also just paying homage to the pioneers of tap dancing. So we highlight steps from Gregory Hines, my favorite tap dancers, Savion Glover, Chloe Arnold, and so many more. So it's just so much reference to the history of tap dancing, the pioneers of tap dance, past and present, and creating joy amongst ourselves.
Well, I gotta say, I mean, you guys are becoming pioneers in your own right. All of y'all. I have seen y'all so many times do amazing, incredible work. What is one of the biggest takeaways that you have from growing up in Northwest Tap, being able to bring your talent to the stage right now, and just flourishing now as a young adult? What is one of your biggest takeaways?
Honestly, I would just say the privilege of being in space with other Black young creatives. I didn't realize how privileged I was. I went to predominantly Black schools my whole life, with the exception of the University of Washington, which is where I currently attend now. And then Miss Melba has made Northwest Tap a hub of Blackness. So not only am I learning how to tap dance and learning Black dance art forms, I'm also learning the importance of, you know, walking in my Black excellence. That looks like being Black excellence at school, at home, in my social life, how I walk around. Like, it doesn't matter what I do on stage, it's who I am inside, and Miss Melba has really laid that foundation within me. So I'm so grateful to Miss Melba, Northwest Tap, and for all the many lessons I've learned throughout the years.
Amazing, amazing. And, you know, I heard that we have one of our very own crew members, Mr. DQ, got his tap shoes on for us today. I'm gonna have to bring you up to the stage, Mr. DQ. Give it up for Mr. Daryl. Dancing in the Rain Media. You do it all, brother. We got to get you up here, man. You know, if for those of you out there in the audience that have seen us on stage, you guys have seen us in the studios, man, at one point we had Daryl come up and give us a little something, man. Now you got your taps on, brother. You're on the stage, you know what I'm saying? We got to give you a little bit of time. Go ahead, get it in.
Hey. Ooh. Beautiful job. Beautiful job.
You did that. You did that.
Beautiful job.
Oh my gosh. Beautiful work, DQ. Beautiful work. You guys, let's give it up for Cypher and Northwest Tap Connection.
Thank you.
Wow. Phenomenal work. You guys, we're going to keep this show rolling. We have more performance for you. I believe it's our girl coming up with the freestyle. You guys, we had a surprise for y'all, and now it's about to happen right after this break. You're watching the Morning Update Show.
Hey guys, it's Besa Gordon from Converge Media. You can catch me on my show Rewind with Besa, which airs every other Saturday at 2 p.m. anywhere you watch Converge Media. Now, I know a lot of us still have questions about the COVID-19 vaccine. However, here are a couple things you don't have to question. Everyone 12 years and older in Washington State are now eligible for the COVID-19 vaccine. It's free, and you don't even need insurance or citizenship status to get vaccinated. If you still have questions, and I know you probably do, you can visit kingcounty.gov/COVID for additional information. You can also call the King County COVID-19 call center at 206-477-3977 to get COVID-19 and the vaccination questions answered, get translation services if needed, set up an in-home vaccination appointment for yourself or someone you know may not be comfortable at a vaccination site due to a disability, anxiety, or other reasons. Look, with summer being here, now is the time to get all your COVID-19 vaccination questions answered so we can all get out the house and live our best lives again.
Hello. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. Right there. Okay. Welcome back to the Morning Update Show. Okay. Right. Thank you. I'm your co-host, Trey Holiday. And joining us, our surprise guest today for Feel Good Friday, right here at the Paramount, our last day, my girl, Primera Mujer.
Got a lot of things up on my mind, so now that I'm wasting no time, I'm just here, I'm really trying to vibe, trying to go about it, do the way I do it, yeah. I'ma put it truth, I'ma put it how I put it. Got the truth and the facts, this is how I look it. This is what I'm doing with this new talent. Coverage media going up, out of balance, yeah. I got Big O on the side, he got moves, I'ma show him how I ride, yeah. Got Auntie Tay, she telling me to keep on doing things like every day, keeps on pushing me to this progress where I'm coming from. Got my dad on this block, proof him in the play. Yeah, he got it, cause we get it big Friday. Happy Friday, that's how we do it. This is how we do it, keep on doing it. I'm putting out my mind to it, progress, I'ma keep going with it, yeah. Ain't being scared no more, I put the anxiety, depression up aside, I ain't feeling no sore. On a roller coaster ride, I'ma take it higher. Doing everything I gotta do with only desire. Yes, desire, and I'm pride, and I got it, yeah. Black power, that's the black excellence where I come from. Many things I understand where I gotta come from. Coming back up, I'ma keep on going. It's a struggle, but I'ma overcome these obstacles. Climbing up these heights, nothing is impossible. Tell me this, tell me that. I'm a 18 girl living in my past. Doing a lot of things, what I say. This is about my freestyle in my life every day. So, gonna go up on this wave. I'ma keep riding, I'ma do it till the grave. I'ma keep going where I gotta keep heights. I'ma do everything cause now I'm going flights. Yeah, do it every day. Got up all this pride and I know it's in my face. I'ma take it higher, climbing up the waves. Yeah, cause I'ma take it higher. Thank you so much.
Yeah! Primera Mujer, everybody. First off, I just gotta say, you're up here freestyling. Yeah, come on,
Yeah,
up here freestyling.
First of all, can I give you a hug? You know, and I'm hugging you on my behalf, and I'm hugging you on behalf of our community and on behalf of our city and everything else. And for you guys that know, you know, but you know, it's a blessing right here. And I would just tell you, we're so proud of you.
Thank you.
We're so proud of you, and it's a blessing to have you on stage with us today.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. And the truth of the matter is I know that, you know, I've known your dad since before you, right? And when I think about your journey, your story, what got you to say, you know what, nah, I'm going to do this in front of people? Because you've been doing it behind closed doors for a minute.
That's very true.
This freestyling is a part of your expression. What was it that made you say, it's time for me to show folks?
Honestly, I just think of not being so scared all the time, just knowing that I really had a gift and I really had a talent. And my dad was really pushing me, you know, like, you really do have a talent. So have others connect on a feeling in a way and express that. And that was really what I started doing, was listening a lot more music and started getting more into it. And I think once my dad really got me hooked up, I pretty much started getting more invested in music and rapping, so.
Yeah, the whole family of the community is behind you on this one. Primera Mujer, a beautiful name, if I wouldn't say so myself.
Man, thank you, everybody. We're going to take a quick break right now. When we come back, we got the big fella. You know, the big fella. Oh, hold on. You got to stay on camera until we leave the stage. Don't worry. No, don't worry.
Don't worry. She's like, let me get out the light.
You stay right here next to me. When Jake Grabrod tells you to clear the stage, we listen to the big fella. So me and Trey Holiday are going to get out of here. And when we come back from break, you'll see Jake Grabrod, and he's bringing out Rell Be Free. You're watching the Morning Update Show.
Hey guys, it's Besa Gordon from Converge Media. You can catch me on my show Rewind with Besa, which airs every other Saturday at 2 p.m. anywhere you watch Converge Media. Now, I know a lot of us still have questions about the COVID-19 vaccine. However, here are a couple things you don't have to question. Everyone 12 years and older in Washington State are now eligible for the COVID-19 vaccine. It's free, and you don't even need insurance or citizenship status to get vaccinated. If you still have questions, and I know you probably do, you can visit kingcounty.gov/COVID for additional information. You can also call the King County COVID-19 call center at 206-477-3977 to get COVID-19 and the vaccination questions answered, get translation services if needed, set up an in-home vaccination appointment for yourself or someone you know may not be comfortable at a vaccination site due to a disability, anxiety, or other reasons. Look, with summer being here, now is the time to get all your COVID-19 vaccination questions answered so we can all get out the house and live our best lives again.
Welcome back, everybody. This has been the coolest freaking week. I can't tell you how awesome it is to be here. And one of the things that I know, one of the reasons why all you are here today is because you've been inspired. You've been inspired by the work that Treyana and Omari have done over their entire lives within the community, within journalism. And as a creative, that's one of those things that I always hope to do, is inspire as well. And so when I asked our guest here that's about to come up what he wanted to be labeled as on our up next card, he said creative. And that is so pertinent because as a creative, that is always the goal, and to inspire. And 4 years ago when I first saw him on a stage outside of the Rainier Beach Community Center, I was inspired by his music. But over the course of the last 4 years, I have been inspired by what he has done, not just with music, but within the community itself. And Seattle absolutely needs this human being, not just in music, but in life in general. And so I am so proud to be able to bring to the Paramount stage to close out this incredible week, Rell Be Free.
Squaw! You can go ahead and play that for me. It's my new song, Rainier Rays. Talking about the two sides of being from South Seattle. Yeah. Cause we like being from the hood, but sometimes it's misunderstood. Yeah. I say hell yeah, pop that. I need all that in my hand. Hell yeah, pop that. Only real can understand. Hell yeah, pop that. Who ain't here that's high tonight? Hell yeah, pop that. Tell them don't believe the hype. Blood on my knuckles, blood in my eye. Elsa done took in a couple, so I ain't scared to cry. Yeah, I'm the boy, I'm the god, I'm the man in the mirror. Mike Jack Rasta, dreadlock thriller. In the valley, in the shadows. In the valley, south in Seattle. In the valley, in the shadows, south in Seattle. You was up the creek without a paddle. Oh, you looking rattled, you can't tattle around here. Cause them snitches getting stitches, and they dig them up here. Kick you out of the city, kick you down Des Moines. Talking about the boys, yeah, they rolling toys. Pop, pop, noise. You ain't finna say nothing. Why you talking, you bluffing? That's the end of discussion. you could get your butt kicked. Kick in the bucket. They like, yeah, give me that dollar bill, or you finna get that buck. Hell yeah, pop that. I need all that in my hand. Hell yeah, pop that. Only real can understand. Hell yeah, pop that. Who in here that's high tonight? Hell yeah, pop that. Tell them don't believe the hype. Dirt on my knuckles, blood in my eye. Else I took a couple, so I ain't scared to cry. Nah, I'm the boy, I'm the god, I'm the man in the mirror. Mike Jack Rasta, dreadlock thriller. Yeah. You know, they talk about the community stuff. I done known a lot of young people since they was children. And we can't control what the streets gonna do to them. All we can do is try to provide opportunity. So let me tell you a little about how it made me feel sometimes. Yeah. Wins don't come without the losses. If you shooting, you a target. I done seen a lot of little homies dying. To the game, I gotta charge it. Trapping out their garages, making beats in their apartment. In the gang and on a scholarship. Tiz Farm, we holler rip. Yeah, I gotta acknowledge it. Out the hood and went to college quick. Saw the rain fall on my friends and I ain't wanna get caught in it. 10 years later, getting to the paper. Started organizations, travel around the nations. Japan out to Haiti, still ain't nothing changed. 28 and on Graham Street, still standing in the rain. 29 and at the Paramount, still standing in the rain. It's facts. R.I.P. on my little homies. Free 'em. Rainier Avenue South, go check that out. You dig?
Oh my gosh, Rell, be free. Hi, brother. Amazing, amazing work. I'm so glad we were able to close out the week with you.
Mm-hmm.
You have been doing so much work, and as Jake said, not just in music, but in the community. Talk about how that community organizing and all the work you've done with so many different organizations influences your artistry.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it really is just a part of my life, you know. Shout out to my parents, my ancestors, like my Nana Helen, my Papa Bob. It's really in my blood to be serving my neighborhood and community. Also, I'm still here, you know. I just turned 29 a couple weeks ago, and that's a blessing because I got a lot of folks I grew up with that did not get to reach 29. And so I try to stay tapped in with the young folks. I can't really say I'm going to try to set the example they need to set, but I'm just trying to be my best self, and hopefully that inspires other folks to reach their higher self as well.
Well, I think it is. I mean, I just got to say, I know it is because it's so much when we think about the intersections of artistry, creativity, and these messages that are necessary in our communities. There's so many things that you put into your music that are really revolutionary in and of themselves, right? I mean, when you don't get me to talking about pay to fee, but when we start, when we start really being serious about taking our artistry to another level, I just see you doing that, man, and doing it so well. What are some of the things that you're excited for in this new project, in this new song? I know you just had albums. You've been doing so many things. What are some of the things that you're so excited about right now?
Really naming exactly what should be in my hand. I'm not really somebody that I don't ask for handouts. I've never really been handed out. When it comes to music, when it comes to this platform, I've had to work for everything, you know what I'm saying, and create a platform that benefits others. And so I'm at a point now where, I'm not asking questions. I'm telling people what I need, you know what I'm saying? And so when it comes to the mainstream media, my music, my art is not just as good as everybody else's, but, I think it's just as quality. So I'm looking to take this all around the world. That's my next mission.
Amazing. Well, I got to ask you before we let you go on this Feel Good Friday, in that mission, how can folks out here in our live studio audience and folks out there watching, how can they support you, your music, your movement, bruh?
Support by watching videos, listen to the music, pulling up the shows with your mask on, please. And then continuing supporting people like Northwest Tap, other young folks like Primera Mujer that was up here, supporting the young folks that support me. And you support me, I'm going to support the young folks for real.
Well, how can they find you out there on the digital ethosphere?
At Rell Be Free, RELLBE Free. If you search that, you'll find the website, Instagram, Twitter, all that.
Well, amazing. You guys give it up for my brother right here, Rell Be Free. Amazing.
Thank you, Trey.
Amazing. You know how
Hi,
much
Mom.
we love you. Well, you guys, I am full today, and I know my co-host Big O is full as well. We are going to be closing out the show right after this break on this Feel Good Friday, last day in the Paramount. You guys, stay tuned after this short break. You're watching The Morning Up.
I did it for the city, I did it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it for us.
Back on this rap ish, I ain't even broke a sweat, homie, this practice. Pondering my next move, staring at my track list, hope I ain't miss my window. Praying like a Baptist, Seattle's own. Tired of this Game of Thrones. They made a list of the best rappers, and guess who wasn't on? While the disrespect continues, I'm steady packing these venues.
Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media. Welcome back, everybody, to the Morning Update Show. Co-host Trey Holiday with my co-host with the most, Big O. Feel Good Friday at the Paramount, man. We're closing it out with a bang.
Yeah, it's been a feel good Friday. It's been a feel good week here at the Paramount, and there's no better place than Seattle's most iconic landmark theater here to uplift our community, uplift our message, uplift our young people here. You know, it's been an amazing week. But actually, we can't wrap it up yet. Ain't nobody heard Trey Holiday. So if you guys watch our snaps and IG and stuff before the show, I'm always catching her singing in the studio, kind of like maybe you might sing in the shower. And then we be asking her to, like, you know, hit a note or something, then she goes quiet. So now in front of everybody here on this Paramount stage, I don't know what you got for us, Trey.
You know, just a little something here, okay?
Let me get out your light.
Okay. Shout out to my girl, India Irie. My son uses this song at his school for meditation. I am light, I am light. 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 I am not the voices in my head. I am not the things my family did. I am not the broken pieces left inside. I am light. That's it.
All right. You definitely the light here on the Morning Update show. And you know, people see my mom on the show all the time. And even when I was in North Carolina, and they see my dad on the show. But let's take a second here to acknowledge. Go and come on up. They got something for you.
My parents. Oh. My mom and dad coming through. Oh, I love you. Thank you for being here today. Oh, I knew it. She's in tears, folks. I knew it. Hi, Daddy. Thank you. Love you. Oh my gosh. This is my mom and dad, Tracy and Michael Robinson, my parents who have been so inspiring to me. This means everything that you got. I'm going to try not to cry, Mother. And it means everything that you guys are here today to support me, as my name was on the marquee and we were talking about it at your birthday this past Saturday, your birthday celebration. And to have my grandmother and my grandfather and aunts and uncles and everybody pouring into me the way you guys have. You truly are the rock of my foundation and my village. And I'm so grateful that you're here on this Feel Good Friday to feel good with me right here on the Morning Update Show. I love you guys. Love you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
It's a whole lot of, it's a whole lot of love up here right now. Man, as we bring, we're way over time, so very gracious to our host here at the Paramount.
Thank you,
You know what I'm
guys.
saying? We try to give them a little heads up. We might go long today. But I think that there's something that's real important that I want to say here as well. Of course, we want to give a thank you to the Paramount itself and to the board of directors, to Josh LaBelle, to Marisol Sanchez-Best. But we as a technical team here and as a production team, we've learned so much from the expertise of the staff that's here at the Paramount. So I really want to, I think it's important we call people out by name and say thank you. And I know a lot of times even when productions occur here, they aren't recognized. We want to take a second to recognize Mason Sherry, who's the theater manager, Brendan Cyprian, who's the house manager, Sid Caceres, the house staff, Taryn Patterson, house staff, Jeff DeVick, maintenance supervisor, Judy Carroll, maintenance staff, Emily Smith, catering manager. Y'all was eating up all them snacks out there, wasn't you?
Amazing crafty.
Dembo Hatu, custodial manager, Lonnie Hayes, custodial staff, Alex Arthur, custodial staff, Joshua Abarilla, custodial staff, and our stage crew here, Mike Mills, technical director, Ian Gardner, head carpenter, Jeff Payne, head electrician, Ross Brown, assistant electrician, Mike Miller, head sound technician, Kelly Mickelson, assistant sound technician, Jason Montgomery, props master, Joe Kendall, assistant props. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give the staff here at the Paramount a hand.
Amazing.
And we've learned so much from them and their expertise and everything else here. And there are such gracious hosts here at the Paramount. And you can imagine this isn't an easy thing to pull off. And also want to thank our exceptional crew. And I think let's just do something different here, huh?
Yeah.
I think we even have some music for this occasion.
Let's go.
Yeah. Let's bring everybody up on stage. Whole crew, audience, everybody, come on. Let's end this right. Come on, don't be. That's it. Even my Market Street Shoes crew, everybody. We're gonna get everybody up here on stage. We're gonna do this right, man. And so many people here. You guys are the ones that you've supported us. You know what I'm saying? Here at the Paramount, but on screen, you got a lot of people here. Like, the support has been real, and just want to be able to bring everybody. Daryl, see if you can run that thing from up here. Don't make me put you out in front and tap again. But Trey Holiday, before we get out of here, any last words?
For me, clearly, it's always going to be to see yourself as a part of the solution. We need you and your brilliance to make the world a better place. Bring yourself into this fight. See yourself as a part of the solution.
All right. I want to say thank you to all of you here today, and everybody who's been supporting us along this road. What amazing, magical week that we've had here at the Paramount Theater. Much thanks to Seattle Theater Group, and again, the amazing staff here. And I guess as usual, what we'll say is, go forward in your purpose, go forward in your humanity. And until Monday at 11 a.m., peace.
Voice and sing till earth in heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise. Sky, let it resound
Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing